Oh, ho, ho, ho. Well, hello, Ridge. See how my baby's loving on me now? Oh, it's great to have these dogs paying attention to me. Here comes Mr. Ruff. Yes, my babies. I'm gonna be shooting a video today. I gotta round up my firewood and get the cast iron stove ready to cook on. I've got a stovetop oven I'm gonna try to bake some biscuits today. That's all I'm gonna be doing. I may go ahead and take the oven down and show how it's assembled on camera. If I can keep my puppies out of the way, ain't that right? It is great having these babies where of course they do get in the way every once in a while. They want more petting than I can get work done. Now let me turn the light on here to see if it makes a big difference. Hold on, critter. That might make a little difference in the light in here. I tell you, those little LED lights with the collapsible platform, it's great to be able to take those little tripods out and set them up and get light from them. They come in sets of 3, about $36. That's and they run off of USB ports. And of course, my power station, it's at Schumacher. It's actually a car booster with an air pump, 2 120 plugs and 2 12-volt plugs and a USB port. You can operate it on the 12-volt or the 120 side, either one, for the USB port. If power's turned on, it gives power to the USB. And if you need to boost your car off, if you've been out shooting video and left your lights on or something and let it run down. Good little outfit. I'm really happy with it. But I plan to put together a battery operated with my 100-watt solar panel for recharging and do I think I've got a 1500-watt inverter that will run off of 2 batteries rather than get one of those big lithium batteries. I'm sort of worried about those things. I don't know how reliable they are. Even all the little lithium batteries can cause a problem. But let me get all my stuff organized, and then I'll come back and we'll shoot some video. Ain't that right, Ruff? My babies. Okay, let me go cut the camera off. My puppies, they're too friendly now. Okay, I'm going to try to demonstrate putting this stovetop oven. Of course, you can build a fire under it or whatever you want to do. Ruff, get out of the way now. But it comes in a nice canvas pack. And this is where it goes together. If I can get the dogs out of the way. I can see they're going to be a problem. Oh, Ruff, cheese. Okay. And of course it's got a little latch on the door. And let me get my shelves, which give it the rigidness when you put them in. When you get old and you've got injuries that have been around for years, it's tough to maneuver. Those just slide in these little slots, and you got to have them turned in the right direction, which I already had it together and just took it apart for showing this. I'm not going to show you the detail of where they slide in, but it'd be real easy to figure out once. And you've got these little latches right here that come down over these that hold it on the side. And then the top just goes on it like that, and of course it's got a glass to see what you're cooking, and plus it's got a thermometer on there to show what the temperature is. And this nice little bag comes in, that's the box it comes packed in. Camping oven, SKU 290 or 20,090. Good little outfit. Don't even remember what the price was on it. I'll look it up and put that on the end of the video. But it's ready to sit on top of the stove, and I'm going to use an aluminum cookie sheet to put on top of the stove to transfer heat, because that handle is still in the way, even though I bent it down. You can see I bent it down straight because I can put it on the other side of the stove. But I'm going to put an aluminum cookie sheet to stop that black stuff from getting on it if I use it. Yeah. But the problem is that handle's going to hold it up off there, but I'm going to put an aluminum cookie sheet under it to transfer heat when I do the baking. That was a crazy thing for them to do, put that handle there. I'm thinking about cutting it off and make me some slots in there to use a handle on it, make me a handle for it. But we're going to try it and see if it works. Well, let me go get all the stuff ready to do. Okay, I've lit the stove, and let me get some more stuff to kindle it with. I've got plenty of kindling here. And today I'm using all hackberry, which is a smokeless wood. Of course, I'm starting it with some oak twigs, but after it gets started, I'll load in nothing but hackberry. Thing about hackberry, It's a smokeless firewood. Once there's nothing but hackberry in there, it will not smoke. And let's see, I better check the damper. Yeah, that hackberry is what Cracker Barrel uses. What you doing, Ruff? Well, let me turn this off now that I've got the fire started, and we'll watch and see if the oven temperature goes up. Well, the temperature's only gotten up to about 175 so far, and I've got quite a hot stove here. So what I did, I took this pan off the bottom and letting it get direct heat into the stove. It's about almost 180 now. Hopefully it's going to get hot enough to cook these biscuits. Ain't that right? Oh yeah, they're starting to rise now. It took forever to get it above 150 degrees, but I could barely get it above 100 when I had this plate under it. So I've got it open, and it's actually got vents into the bottom of the stove, and I've got the plate off the top of the stove, so it's getting direct fire from underneath. I took the plate off on the stove, and it's almost to 200 degrees now. If it ever makes it to about 225, it'll bake them all right. 200 degrees will bake them if you got enough time. But they're beginning to rise, and I dare not open the door because it's taking forever to get the temperature up. So we'll see what's going to happen later. Okay, now it's taking a long time for those biscuits to cook. I couldn't get the temperature up on it much. Oh, get out of the way. Most I could get the temperature to was 200 degrees. Well, I got it to 220 a couple of times, but only when I got the wind. Oh, get out of my pants, dogs. Well, what I had to do is take the biscuits out and turn them over, and now they're cooked all the way through. They didn't rise, but they cooked. They're done and they're hot. Oh yeah. I think they're going to be good. I used an iron skillet. And of course I've got company for supper. Okay, dogs, down. Oh yes, they're good. They're good. Get back now and I'll feed you some. Here. Around here. Oh, dang it. Crazy dogs. They're pretty good biscuits. Here. 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 They're right here. Yeah, now that's good biscuits. That's worth the wait. That oven has slots in the bottom of it. And what I did, I propped the top up with a couple of little sticks. And I gave it more airflow to get heat up into the top of it. To get the temperature up to about 220. No, now. Get down. I can see my cooking is going to be difficult. That's like I've never eaten after a dog before. Down dogs. Well, the camera's crooked. I've got dogs knocking everything over. Hey, get off of that. Stop it now. What am I going to do with you crazy critters? Yeah, my camera's cockeyed. I can see it's knocked over crooked. Guess better fix it. That's a little better, I'm sure, but it's still cocked crooked. Yeah, I can see I'm going to have to put a fence around this to be able to cook in here. Here. These biscuits are good. These are frozen biscuits from Foodland store. They buy their biscuits in bulk and package them up in bags. And they sure are good. pack of 24, I think, $8 and something now. They were affordable before the country went nuts. And if the same thing happens again, no hope for the country. I've seen communism at work all over the world. Here. And that's basically what we've got now is communism. Doesn't work, never has worked, never will work. Because people will not work under communism because there's no incentive to do better. No. Ridge, behave yourself, baby. Okay, get down now, get down. Here. Yeah, I can see I'm gonna have to put some corral panels around this. I won't let them in when I'm not eating. But that's enough. I just want to show that oven does 200 degrees on that stove. It's got too many air leaks on the draft control on the front of it's missing. And you have to almost close the damper in order to get the top to heat up. I've got some steel to rebuild that panel on the front where I can control the air. Well, old and crackadated, and I think this is enough for today. Okay, now we're going to try a few minutes more of this, and as soon as I get my cup of coffee. I had to make me a second cup of coffee. But the video of the bacon turned out fairly decent. Thought I'd put an ending here on it. Complete with my babies. No, Ridge, hey, every time I start filming, you go over there and start trying to drag food out. There's nothing over there except coffee, and I know you won't want it. But stuff turned out pretty good, and the biscuits, man, they were great. They didn't rise like they ought to, but you can use that stove over a grill, a propane stove, an open fire. I would suggest I've got one of those little folding racks that goes over an open fire. Oh, now, but it'll work over an open fire, any kind of heat source to get it up to temperature. And what I did to raise the temperature in it, because that stove's got such a draft on it, all the heat tries to go out the stovepipe. But what I did, I took a couple of sticks and propped the edge of it up, and that allowed the heat to come up through the slots in the bottom of the oven, because I took the top plate off the stove, and it got the temperature up to 220, and then that finished the biscuits out just fine. Took a while to do it, but they sure did taste good. They weren't thick, but where I took and flipped them over, they browned on top nicely. But man, you talk about good. They were strictly good. Well, Old and Crackadated and Ruff and Ridge are going to say if it can, it will, and these puppies will make it happen for sure. If it can, it will. Oh. And this will do it for this video.